Hey everyone, Shane here with etrailer.com. Today I have a 2020 Volkswagen Golf. I'm going to walk through how to install the Curt T-connector vehicle wiring harness. This is going to give us our 4-pole connector to give us our proper lighting signals for our trailer. It's also going to be adaptable with 5, 6, and 7-pole adapters, which you can find here at eTrailer. This is going to live inside the vehicle, so when you want to use it, you simply just run it over the rubber strip, plug it into your trailer, and you're ready to go. It's going to come with a nice dust cap, so when you're not using it, you can put it on your, cover your 4-pole ends so that they don't get any dirt, debris, or anything like that inside of them. As I mentioned, this is going to live inside the vehicle. When you want to use it, you run over this rubber strip. Stay away from anywhere where your hatch attaches to the lower part of the vehicle. It is designed to run over that, so closing your hatch is not going to damage it. When we're not using it, you can simply roll it up. You can put it in a little storage compartment. You can put it in your spare tire area so that it's ready to go for the next time. This wiring harness is going to have 5 amps per circuit for your stop and turn signal, 7.5 amps per circuit for your taillights. Nice thing about this, or a couple of nice things, it's going to have a converter box, and what the converter box does is it protects the factory wiring on the vehicle if there's a short on the trailer. Another nice thing about it is it's going to connect the factory plugs behind each taillight, so we don't have to splice into any factory wiring. The only thing we have to do is run a power wire up and connect it to the battery. To start our installation, we're going to remove our floor covering. Then we're going to come to our threshold here. In the bottom corners, you're going to take a T30 Torx bit. And you're going to remove the Torx head bolt that's in there. You're going to have one of these on each side. Then we're going to take a T25 Torx bit. We're going to have a bolt right inside of here on each side. Remove this panel on each side. We're going to take our threshold, we're going to pull straight up. That. We're going to set that aside. We're going to take our panel here, and we need to pull it out. You're going to have a tie down right here. Make sure you pull it out away from that as you start popping it out. So like that, we're going to do that same thing on the other side. Then you're going to take a trim panel tool. You're going to pop out these 2 fasteners that are holding your carpet in place, or your padding. We're going to come behind it to this plug on the back of each one of our tail lights. You're going to pull this red lock out like that. You're going to push right there to disconnect the wiring. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to take our wiring harness, the side with the yellow wire. We're going to connect it to the wires coming out of our driver's side tail light. All you're going to do is just match the plugs with the plugs, or factory plugs. Next, we're going to mount our converter box. You're going to get a foam pad, it's double-sided sticky tape on it, to get this mounted. Where I think I'm going to put it is right here. Get my panel back in place without leaving a big hump in it. Then we need to do our ground wire. We round our wire anywhere to any metal surface. I'm going to use a self-tapping screw that comes in the kit. I'm going to take our green wire and route it down and over to the passenger side. It's going to connect to the plug behind the passenger side tail light the same way as on the driver's side. Take our 4-pole, route it over to the center of the vehicle. All we got left is our black wire. You're going to get a bundle of black wire in your kit. You're going to take one end and we're going to attach it there, and it's going to get routed up into the engine compartment and to be connected to the battery. Now we need to get our power wire outside of the vehicle. There's a couple ways you can do it. One, which I think I'm going to do, is there's a vent right down at the bottom here. And what this vent does is allows the air to escape when you close your doors. And it's right underneath this black piece here. And all you do is just push the wire through and it'll come outside. Once you get your wire ran outside, you can go ahead and reinstall your panel. To route our wire, we need to make sure we're staying away from anything hot or moving. The wire came out here in the corner. I want it around this brace, over the top of my rear suspension components here that are bolted to the body of the vehicle, or to the frame. Right over the top and underneath this little section of my heat shield. You can see right here, I got it zip tied to this hard line. This panel, take a 10mm socket, you're going to have 3 plastic nuts, and then run your line right underneath of it, right up here to the front. I have an airline tube. You can use a piece of wire, whatever it is. Come down from where your battery is. Try and stay close to the firewall if possible. Again, staying away from anything hot or moving that may be coming off your engine. Attach it to it. Up top, we'll pull it up and it'll bring our wire up. I have my wire pulled up. I actually ran it right behind this wire, or this set of wires. Zip tied it to it. Run it over to, partially over to our battery. We're going to trim that. We're going to take our fuse holder. We'll cut it in half. And then we're going to strip back both ends. Butt connector on the other. Strip back the end of your black wire. Add it to the butt connector. Make sure the fuse is not in the holder. We're going to loosen the nut on the positive side of our battery, 10mm socket. This nut is not meant to come all the way off. It's just meant to be loosened. Loosen it up like that. We're going to take our ring terminal. We're going to cut a little notch in it. Tie it over the post like that, and then we're going to tighten the nut back down. Once you get it on where the ring terminal is going to stay, you can go ahead and add your fuse. Once you add your fuse, you test everything out to make sure it's working correctly. Now we're going to test out our wiring using part number I26. Right turn, left turn, brake lights, running lights. Once you've tested everything out, you're ready to go. It's going to do it for a look at in installation on the Curt T-connector vehicle wiring harness from 2020 Volkswagen Golf.